Hello, sixth graders. This is Hannah, Shane, and Emily. Today we are going to be talking about changing fractions to decimals and percents. We are going to do 2 problems today where you can work with your partner to solve them, and then we will show you how we solved the problem. Here is your first question.
She shoots and she misses. Darn. She's going for another goal. She shoots and she scores. Yeah! Woo!
Our first problem is, Dylan practiced his soccer skills by shooting at the goal 10 times. Of his 10 shots, he made 7 of them into the net. What percentage of the goals did he make? Talk with your partner about how you might begin to solve this problem. After discussing with your partner, work to solve the problem. Pause the video while you are working and hit play again once you are ready to move on.
We decided to unpack problem 1. We know that Dylan shot at the goal 10 times. We know this is the denominator because it's the whole of the fraction. He was able to make 7 of the goals, which would be the numerator of the problem. We can read this fraction as 7 out of 10 or 7/10 because Dylan scored 7 out of 10 of his goals. We want to find out the percentage of goals that Dylan made. We can represent this in a drawing. I will draw 10 boxes for the 10 goals he attempted to shoot. Then I will fill in the 7 goals that he made. All 10 of these boxes represents 100% of the goals he attempted to make. Each box represents 10% of the whole because 10 boxes with 10% each adds up to 100%. Now looking at the picture, we need to add up the percents of the goals he made. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. This is how we got 70% from 7/10. 7/10 is shown from the 7 boxes colored in from the total 10 boxes. We converted this by adding the percents from each goal scored. Another way to solve this problem would be by first writing the fraction you're working with, in this case 7/10. We want to change this fraction so it's out of 100 because we are solving for a percent out of 100. If you want to change 10 to 100, you have to multiply 10 by 10. And because you multiplied 10 in the denominator, you have to do this with the 7 in the numerator as well. 7 times 10 is 70, so the answer is 70 over 100, or 70%. In both of our representations, we got that Dylan made 70% of the goals he shot. Keep on trying, you got this. Look at those moves. Practicing for the big game tomorrow. Woo!
Our second problem is, Gavin's soccer team played 5 games this season. Over these 5 games, their team won 3 of them. What percentage of games did Gavin's team win? Talk with your partner again on how you might begin to solve this problem. Hit pause to solve the problem and hit play again once you're ready to show your answer. Look for the problem on the next slide. Gavin's soccer team played 5 games this season. Over these 5 games, their team won 3 of them. What percentage of games did Gavin's team win?
For problem 2, I'm going to draw a rectangle that represents all the games that Gavin's team played. From the problem, we know that he played 5 games, so we know that the rectangle needs to be divided into 5 equal parts. Since we are solving for the percentage of games that Gavin's team won, we need to label each box with the outcome of the game, so either a W for win or an L for lost. We need to figure out the percentage for each box. Since all 5 games equals 100% of the games played. Each game equals 20% because 100% divided by 5 games equals 20%. To find out the total percent of games won, we need to add the percentages from all of the win boxes. You would do 20 plus 20 plus 20% equals 60% of games won by Gavin's team. Another way to solve this problem would be by first writing the fraction we are working with, in this case 3/5. We want to change this fraction so it's out of 100 because we are solving for a percent out of 100. If you want to change 5 to 100, you have to multiply 5 by 20. Because you multiplied by 20 in the denominator, you have to do this to the 3 in the numerator. 3 times 20 is 60, so the answer is 60 over 100, or 60%. In both of our representations, we got that Gavin's soccer team won 60% of their games.
You're doing great. Keep on going.
Just to review what we went over today, we identified the numbers that we were working with and figured out how to turn a fraction into a percentage. We also used drawings and numbers to help us solve our problems. Lastly, we showed multiple ways to solve these types of fraction problems, and this is what we did throughout the entire video and lesson. Now, discuss with your partner at least 2 things you learned today. For our final activity, we are going to build a fraction to percentage problem with your partner for your teachers to solve, which is us. Good luck!
Wow, awesome job today, friends. Thanks for joining us. Bye!